Hi, folks. This is Andrew Smith, and this is your coronavirus monologue day 66. Well, the coronavirus has gotten so bad that even the Catholic Church now says that it's a mortal sin if you went to Mass this Sunday. And speaking of the Catholic Church, the big theological discussion is if a priest who is testing positive uh, consecrates the host and changes the bread into the body and Christ of Jesus Christ, does that mean Jesus has the coronavirus? And Trump's approval rating keeps going up. They say that money can't buy. They say money can't buy happiness, but I guess 2.2 trillion can buy you a couple of points in the ratings. People are eating like crazy during this lockdown quarantine. You know what I mean? I swear, Weight Watchers is getting more calls than the CDC. Trump is withholding supplies from Michigan because he doesn't like that female governor that they have there, and she's apparently so upset that now she's on a ventilator. Healthcare workers are beginning to share their masks, because out of necessity. But isn't that like sharing your toothbrush with a hooker? Trump is boasting that the ratings for his um, coronavirus briefings, the ratings are now through the roof. People going crazy about the ratings. That's all we need is a president who wants to beat The Bachelor and Monday Night Football more than he wants to beat coronavirus. Well, it looks like Easter now is going to come a little bit later, probably May 1st. That means Easter, for the first time, Easter and May Day will happen on the same day this year. By the way, Trump said the U.S. would not pay for Prince Harry and Meghan's security while they're in the United States. That's because all of our resources are being used just to keep Melania, Jared, Ivanka, Eric, Donald, Tiffany, and Barron safe and sound. That's where all the money's going. And they're building a field hospital right now in Central Park, which is great, really, because it means that if you get the coronavirus, you can you can get better and get mugged in the same bed. But is it me, or should Dr. Fauci see a throat doctor? I'm thinking. You know what I mean? He sounds like he has the virus. He's tested positive. Either that or he's auditioning for a role in The Godfather. St. Patrick's closed its doors for the first time yesterday. Parishioners, though, didn't know whether it was because of the coronavirus or in solidarity for the Boy Scout bankruptcy. But to tell you the truth, I've been on lockdowns for so long that recently a telemarketer put me on a do not call list. There are so many travel restrictions now. You can't go to New York. It's called travel restrictions in the tri-state area. But if you've ever tried to take a car into the city, on just a normal day, you say travel restrictions. What are you serious? McDonald's just separated the two humps in its logo, the golden arches, the two golden arches. They just separated the golden arches as a part of their effort to support the social distancing. Come on. You think that's going to help? Separating the M in McDonald's is about as meaningful as those Trump briefings. In fact, given how much Trump loves the Big Mac, he probably thinks the separation of the golden arches is as important as respirators or ventilators or whatever you want to say. Has anybody but me noticed that the telemarketer calls have stopped? you know, now that we're home all the time and we can get these things, there are no more telemarketer calls. See, there's always a silver lining because it means that even the telemarketers are locked down. But I have to make an observation. If you notice, there's very little sex talk about this lockdown and quarantine. You know, I mean, it is not like a blackout when they would say there was going to be a baby boom 9 months after the blackout. No, but this time it's different because people are afraid, I think, you know. I mean, no, because there's a tremendous, because people are dying, obviously, and fear is not sexy. But maybe it's because you know, we're in captivity. You see, and you know how they can't even get animals, wild animals, to mate in captivity. So maybe that's why there's no sex talk. But it does make you nostalgic for blackouts and hurricanes and things, you know. But even in the middle of a crisis, Trump rewards anyone who will flatter him. He's addicted to flattery, you know, which is why no wonder people still think that Lindsey Graham is straight. And experts agree, this is true, that the Congress will have to stimulate. There have to be more stimulus for the economy coming down the road, and which means, of course, that the Congress of the United States is now the vibrator of the country with the stimulus. But and even if they have the 2021 Olympics, as I said before, the events will be a little bit different. You know, the bobsleds will have to be like 30 feet long to accommodate for social distancing, and the shot put will just be a vaccination, and the marathon will be an endurance test of long-term quarantine and lockdown. And then of course there's always the 100-yard dash into the supermarket, the 100-yard dash into the supermarket. For what it's worth, that's the coronavirus monologue day 66.